Welcome to the RockFM Breakfast Show podcast featuring Ezra Mercury. He and Gerhard Oosthuizen popped into the studio to talk a little bit about the new single, Calling It Over, and plans for the future. Here it is, the Ezra Mercury interview. We have in studio Ezra Mercury.
How's it going, man?
I'm fine.
Two sugars, you said, eh?
2 sugars, please. That'd be, yeah. I've got to run. Whew, I've got to do some more gym. This is crazy.
Great.
Ezra, it's fantastic to have you in studio. And
Yeah.
Garrett as well, around the corner there. How are you, pal?
Hello.
Ooh, nice. And that's the best thing about musicians. Early in the morning, it's sexy voice.
Yeah.
Because we can't sing before like 11.
Definitely,
It's just like, hey man, what's happening?
Yeah.
So, Ezra, awesome to have you in here. We've been spinning your single, Calling It Over.
Oh, great, man. Great, man. I've got one problem, though. Your studio,
Yes.
man. I was making, a
Yeah.
cup of coffee, and I was trying to make myself a cup of rooibos tea, and
Yeah.
you got a little thingy there that says rooibos on it, and I squirt it in my cup, and it turns out to be a soap.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I must say, the best tasting soap I've ever had.
The only purveyors of rooibos soap this side,
Bringing you rooibos soap.
this side of Cape Town. Now tell me, you are not originally from Joburg. Where are you from?
No,
Ezra?
from Port Elizabeth, eh? From Port Elizabeth, yeah.
Ah,
Small town boy.
yeah.
So, okay, I just want to know, I haven't asked this actually. Do you then support the EP Kings?
Oh.
That is the question.
Do you want to make me lose all my Joburg fans right now? No comment.
Any people that were considering being a fan are like, we're on the fence now. In one
yeah.
foul swoop.
Yeah.
So you're from PE, but up in Joburg, how long you been here?
I've been here since the beginning of 2008, eh?
Oh, so it's a while. So
Been a while. I
you're-
consider myself a, you're
not an immigrant anymore. You're you're in it to win it now,
No, I
man.
speak with the twang and everything.
And you don't notice it until you get up here.
No, you don't, eh?
There's a definite money-chasing twang
Definitely.
up in Joburg.
Definitely.
Now, you're in studio at the moment.
Yep.
How far are we into this album?
Well, we were quite far, and then we set it back a bit. We
Okay.
decided we want to change the sound a bit. I mean, we're in studio with Brandon Campbell
Yes.
at Audio Room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's bringing a whole new feel to it, and he decided, there were 3 songs specifically, and he just said, dude, that is just not gonna. I just don't feel it for radio, Let's scratch them, start from the beginning, play your piano bit down. Let's give it another go.
How did that feel for you? Because now you've got an almost product, and now you have to scrape it right down to the beginning.
Yeah, it's time because all you want to do is get it out there, and you've got these guys saying, dude, if you get it out there, it's gonna suck. So let's redo it. I mean, it's Gerhard to tell you more about that. So
Fill us in, please.
Okay, I'm trying to like gather my thoughts here. It's like, no, well, I don't know, man. Studio can be a very interesting place to be in. I've been in the studio a couple of times with previous guys I played for, and always when you get in there the first time, what comes out eventually is nothing close to what it started with.
it's the most humbling feeling, Mike, is when your fellow musicians, your brothers, just look at you and say, dude, that's beep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've had that before.
And you're just like, okay, I'm going to put my tail between my feet and my legs now and just walk out of here.
But that's also a really good thing about being in there with other musicians and
Yeah.
people that you trust.
It's humbling, It's humbling.
Enough to be able to turn around and say, you're spending money on this. This is your name attached to this product. If you go out with this product,
Yep.
it's not going to be as good as it could be. So
And
let us help you.
You got to value that truth, You got to value and just say, you know what, these guys are looking out for my well-being, So,
Yeah, definitely.
But don't say it like it just happened straight away. There are like 5 million fights beforehand.
Yeah, true.
And you're at this, and I remember back when I helped it, I'm not giving you petrol money, and I've had the fights.
Definitely.
So what's your writing process like? How does an Ezra Mercury song come about?
It all starts off with that acoustic guitar line, man. And then sometimes that piano line. Sometimes you just feel that piano line, or it's 2:00 in the morning. And you've got a little phone, and you're recording yourself singing this line.
Yes.
And you play it back in the morning, and the next morning, and you're like, wow, that's crap. But yeah. And the writing, yeah. Digging deep, I always say, it's finding that true melody.
Yes.
And then digging deep down and finding those lyrics that tells a story.
Yeah.
And is true to the melody,
Oh.
So, yeah.
Because it's that magical mix.
Yeah.
Because if you miss that, I've seen a lot of songs come and go through here where the music is amazing, the lyrics are amazing, the story doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
it's such an art to get there. I mean, Gerhard, that's your job, right? Is to put that stuff together as MD of this.
Yeah, okay, I wouldn't really say that's my job, but that's the job I'm sort of my role in this specific project. But I think what I like about the Ezra Mercury stuff is that it is a storytelling approach to songwriting. If you listen to bands, and it's not specifically this influence, but I personally love a band like Train.
Yes.
It's a storyteller. Every song, it's like sometimes it's not like the most catchiest medley line, and a lyric never gets repeated again in the whole song, but it's like this cool storyline.
It is.
Know?
It's all drama, man. It's all drama.
That's it.
It's drama.
People want to be entertained.
Yeah.
We crave that.
Definitely.
And the more you get them, on the more levels you can entertain people. And also, when you story write, I think, in a song, it gives it a longevity because you can listen to it and enjoy it, and then you can go back and go, oh my goodness, this is, I've gotten a whole nother side of this.
Definitely. Most definitely, yeah.
Before we go into Soul Asylum, I want to know, Ezra Mercury, the name is just too cool. How does this name come about?
Yeah, born with it, man. Born with it.
As you came out in your three-piece suits and your...
Yeah, definitely. Well, in Hebrew, Ezra means the helper, and then and Mercury is just the closest to I'm joking, man.
He said we're not allowed to swear, so I'm just not going to say
okay,
anything.
Cool. Well, the honest story is it happened a long time ago. It was a dusty road. I was on the internet.
Yeah.
I went down to a little thing called Name Generator.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
You're one of the Facebook apps that everybody hates.
Yes.
Yeah, one of those.
I typed in my real name.
Yeah.
And bloop, Ezra Mercury. I was like, wow.
91.9 Rock FM.
In the studio with Gerhard, who's hanging out at the back there.
Like good bassists always do.
Like good bassists.
I always say he's my racist bassist.
What, because I'm white?
I'm just joking, guys. He's not a bassist.
I love it. Tell me, upcoming shows. What have you guys got planned? What's coming up?
Well, next week Friday we're at our Griffiths Primary School.
Hey,
yeah,
woo.
big fundraiser. Hey, yeah, we're looking forward to that one. It's going to be a big show. We've got about 600 people.
Wow.
Coming in there. So yeah.
Where do people get tickets for that?
They go to the school.
Yeah.
They can call the school or go to the school. It's at the office. It's on Equity Drive in Randburg. If you're in the area, pop in at any time during office hours.
Cool. We'll get hold of their number. We'll put it up on the Facebook page.
Definitely.
Okay, cool, man. So with that, is it you're gonna be playing? Are you playing with a band? Are you solo? What's happening?
It's with the band, man. We've got Spack, Andrew Lingwood, coming in on drums. We've got Brendan Campbell, who actually is my producer as well, coming in on guitars, and obviously my racist bassist parrot over here.
So it's going to be a full rock show, basically.
Full rock and roll show, man.
Fantastic. And other gigs, whereabouts do you play? Where can people catch you?
You obviously, the Tans Cafes, the Rumors, your Acoustic Lounge. Actually, Gerhard is at Acoustic Lounge on Saturday night.
Acoustic Cafe.
Acoustic Cafe. He's at Acoustic Cafe on Saturday night.
Ooh.
Yeah, with actually Danny and Dalton from Cherry Cab. They're sessioning for him.
Yeah, I like to have my fingers in a couple of pies,
Good.
So I have a cover band as
No
well.
pun intended.
Oh,
No
cool.
pun intended. So I've got a cover band, and we're playing Saturday night at Acoustic Cafe, and I've got Cherry Cab as my backing band. I've got
That's not bad.
Danny, Dalton, and Dean.
Can you hire Cherry Cab out as a backing band? I think I'll do it for next weekend.
Well, if musicians are all, if you pay them enough, they'll do anything.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So,
Yeah. No, I know I am that. So yes.
Yeah.
If you pay me enough, I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Exactly.
We were talking a little bit though about this fundraiser, because you're not just fundraising for the school, but there's a lot more involved here.
Definitely.
Give us a little bit more background.
Definitely.
to it.
Well, what we do is we go out and look for schools. Now, we look for schools that are already doing something to better themselves and to better, the situation. And specifically, IRG has done that, I don't know if you know anything about public schools, but unlike private schools where you've got your specialists, your psychiatrists and all of those kind of things, public schools don't really have that. So they went out and they knew that there were kids there that they come from difficult home, backgrounds. They come from backgrounds where they don't understand English, but they're in an English-speaking school and they can't properly speak it, or read it. So they went out and they started raising funds themselves, to aid this problem, to get some specialists in, speech therapists, special needs teachers, on a part-time basis. And we basically saw that need, and we that's the kind of thing that we look out for, Gerhard and I. And we saw that, and we decided, you know what, we want to help that situation, because that is a school or somebody trying to better themselves, and that's what we go after. And we're going to be doing it at a lot more schools. You know, when we see a school trying to do something that's beyond their measures, we want to go out and try and, you know.
Then you'll get involved and help out.
I mean, we've got a school, Gerhard and I, we own a school called Rockstar Music School, where we actually run it from in Randburg.
Oh, wow. I had no idea about that.
No, and actually, I know this is going to be funny, but once again, Dean Dalton and Danny are all teachers at our school.
Wow. Should we just listen?
It's all interlinked, man.
Yeah.
Kelvin, Danny, Dalton, Dean, if you guys are listening, just come in. Just bring some coffee. You might as well come in. You might as well come in and be part of the interview here.
There you go.
Oh, what sweet guys, though. They are amazing. So that's cool. So they teach at your school?
They are teachers.
Good. So you've got to give us some of those details, because I'm always up-and-coming guys wanting to get into music, wanting to learn a little bit of the trade. So, yeah. And if it's in Randburg, that's here. It's local.
Definitely.
So let's support local, man.
Yeah, man.
I like it. Okay, cool. So also we were talking about, though, that you asking people that are coming to the IRG fundraiser to bring some stuff with them. What's happening?
Old blankets, old
Or new ones.
clothes, or new ones, definitely. It would be great if you can bring some new ones.
Yeah.
If you got some toys, So we're giving back to the school. I mean, we're raising quite a lot of money for the school. But at the same time, people that from the school that are coming to the show, we like to give back to someone else who don't have.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Fantastic. Wonderful, guys. So give us that date again. When is this?
16th of August, next week Friday.
Next week Friday, 16th of
Equity
August.
Drive.
IRG Primary School on Equity Drive. You heard it here first.
We made it nice and early, because there's going to be a lot of school kids coming as well.
6:30.
So it's 6:30.
So about 8:15.
Yeah, 8:15 lately. So, if 8 o'clock is your
bedtime.
Your bedtime. So I'm Afrikaans, so I'm trying to quickly translate in my head,
If go to 8 is your bedtime.
Station on the planet. 91.9. This is Rock
That's what
FM.
we're looking for. The ridiculous true or false quiz. So how this goes is there are 3 questions. One of them, it doesn't matter. Some of them are going to be true. Some of them are going to be absolute rubbish. So it's up to us to work it out. Are you ready?
Okay,
You
ready.
feeling good?
Ready to go.
Question number 1.
True or false, sharks are mammals.
Sharks are mammals. How do we feel about this?
Well, if your name is Gerhard, then it's probably true.
We're not talking the sharks that walk around with briefcases going, Your Honor, you're out of order.
I think it's mammal. What a mammal
No,
is?
that's
it's
false.
not.
It's false.
All right. Yeah,
Mammals have to, what's the mammal thing?
It has to be warm-blooded, eh?
Warm-blooded, I think they have to give birth live.
Yeah.
Yes, plus they kind of drink on their mothers or something like
But
that. I think so.
But sharks can't. Sharks don't have eggs.
No, they should have. Okay, remember, the whale is...
A whale is a mammal.
Yeah.
I know this much.
Yeah.
And I think a shark lays eggs like a chicken.
Call a friend.
So that brings you back to the Super 15. Chickens.
I am so glad that you guys run a music school and not some sort of a biology post-schooling college. Okay, what are we going to go with? Are sharks
False.
mammals? False. All false all around.
That is false.
Absolutely.
Ah,
Of course
yes.
it's false. What were we thinking? 10 points. Okay, next one, please.
True or false, over 80,000 photographs are taken around the world every second.
Oh,
Isn't that like just Japan?
80,000 photographs a second. And if I could just say, we are having our photographs taken right now. Hello, pointing to the camera here. Graham's sitting in the corner taking photos of us. 80,000 photos a second.
Well, I think it's very possible, because if I look at all the selfies, the girls that take photos of themselves on Facebook and
Yes.
Twitter, it's very possible.
Yeah, just girls, not you, Gerhard.
No.
When I look at myself as a girl taking selfies of myself, I'm so scared. I don't want to look at your phone at all.
Don't.
I'm so-
The scariest thing is that the iPhone, for some stupid reason, it connects to the Wi-Fi at school. And
Yes.
the one day, one of the school teachers asked me, dude, I've got photos on my phone of you.
no.
I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, for some reason, the Wi-Fi thing connected, and then there's a folder of my photos.
Yeah, it happens.
On the server.
There
I
was-
was like, do not open. Do not open it.
I did a story the other day about a website called This Stranger Stole My Phone, .tumblr.com, because his phone linked up to iCloud, And he had that setting where you would take the photo, but it would immediately go into iCloud. So the guy stole the phone, but this guy's been taking photos. So this other guy, the guy who got his phone stolen, has put up a website. And he's following this guy's life of how it's called somestrangerstolемyphone.tumblr.com. It's amazing. You've got and the guy's name is Rafid. No, Hafid.
Hafid.
And he's got a lovely meme saying, "Who stole your phone?" I, Hafid. It's awesome. You've got to go check it out. Okay, what are we going to say? 80,000 photographs are taken every second. Is that true or is that false?
I'll let you answer this one, Gerhard.
Yeah, I think it's true.
You're going to go true?
Yeah.
Yourself, you're going to go true?
That is false.
Closer to 200,000 photos.
No. Seriously.
This is what they tell me. This is what the producer is whispering in my ear. So, there we go. Okay, last question, please.
True or false, the world's smartest pig memorized a multiplication tabled up to 12.
Okay.
Who recorded that?
Okay. So there's a pig.
Who sat around doing that? Seriously.
He could do his times tables up to 12. This is quite apt to have you guys here because you guys are involved in schools. Would that even be a possibility?
Well, if I have to compare my intelligence to the pig's,
Because
I can't do that.
Because he's only got 2 hooves. It must take him forever.
Yeah.
1, 2. Start over again. 1, 2. Yeah. Could a pig be taught up to his 12 times tables?
Jeez. How do we know this, though? How do we measure that?
And what we want to know is, do we get judged if we don't know? It's like, why?
Your job
the
gets...
same guy who sat around judging the pig is going to be watching us.
If you can't and he can, your job gets taken over by Babe.
True, babe.
I've got you, babe.
Babe, pig in the studio. Okay, are we going to say that's true or that's false? Could a pig be taught its 12 times tables?
Anything is possible, eh? I'm going to still go with false.
I'll go false.
You guys are going to go false?
Yeah.
Off we go.
That is really true.
Sorry, it was indeed a misstep.
Failed education around this country.
But don't worry, there are pigs available.
Are those pigs from Finland?
Probably. So there we go. That is Ezra Mercury and Gerhard hanging out with us in the studio this morning. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's early in the morning for musicians, so it was amazing to have you in. And that gig again, give us the details on that gig.
16th of August, next week Friday. Our Griffiths School. It's on Equity Drive. You can also go and get more information on it on the website.
Yeah.
www.ezramercury.com or your Facebook page, Twitter page. All information.
What's your Twitter handle again, please?
It's Twitter.Ezra Mercury, Just Ezra Mercury, one word.
Fantastic.
Thank you for listening / downloading this podcast. Be sure to check out the rest of our podcasts at The Mike Marina Show on Spreaker.com. Otherwise, catch us live 7 to 9 weekday mornings, 91.9 FM, or stream us on rockfm.co.za.